Well, hello and welcome to a late August day in Suffolk, which is feeling a little autumnal. So the end of summer is definitely here. But I just wanted to show you what's been happening in my bed. And he's here to protect me. So what's been happening in my bed? Firstly, I've got a new hanging basket. My other one broke. A little bit inconvenient. So I'm going to wait for that and start filling that up with winter and spring flowers. So that'll be another episode just to talk about that. So my bed at the moment, well, some interesting things. So as you see here, I've got my pak choi still harvesting really well. I'm pleased with that. I've got these things here are spring onions. I put them in clumps. I don't bother thinning them or anything. They're in now. They'll go over the winter, so that's fine. I've got some intermix. I've got some things like that over there. See if I can zoom in. That's spinach. So I've got dotted in here. I've got a few spinach plants growing. So they're trying to give me sort of late summer, early autumn vegetable greens, the spinach and the pak choi, the chives. I've got at the back. The chives are still growing. The parsley's still growing. So I'm getting food out of those really well. I'm happy with my marigolds, and then the nasturtiums, now that the little flea beetle's gone, is recovering well, and I should have it's nice to have a bit of pretty flowers as the season goes on. I've got still got my kale in there. It's got growth on it. I'm just leaving it to see how it goes. And I've got some French beans that I'm just going to harvest these beans later on for the seeds. They've been in there for a long time, so I'll just harvest the beans and try again next year. But I don't want to lose the seeds because that's 3 crops. Other things happening as I come around this side of the bed. You can see I've got my Brussels sprouts. I've got 3 Brussels sprouts in, and I've also got a tender purple broccoli in there, which is going to be amazing. So these are big winter crops. So I leave the Brussels sprouts, and the tender sprouting broccoli is going to come up above the frame. So they're going to be big crops. I've cut back all my lettuce. Some of it's coming back through again, which is fine. And I've left everything on the soil, top of the soil, so it looks really messy. And I put my irrigation system in. So I'm going to practice that. So I've been trying that a little bit. So that's been happening in the main bed there. Parsley's looking fabulous, isn't it? Look at that. What a great crop. What do you think you're up to, the little precious thing? And then the squash, as it says, doing really well. Got big squash finally established itself. A few squash coming through, another one coming in, another couple in there. I've got some yellow ones coming through, so they'll be getting pretty close to eating because they're very small squashes. So I'm pleased with those. Finally getting some fruit off them. Don't think it's been a great year for them. Do a little bit of research as the year goes on to see, is it just me or has other people had problems? And then over here I've still got my courgette growing really well. Still there, flowering. Perfect timing. Little pollinator drops in. And I'll just pin that up so I can see I've still got plenty of courgettes coming through. These starting to look a bit mildewy, so I can cut these off. There's no harm as long as you leave. I've still got plenty of fresh green growth here, so what I'll do is I'll take some of the big mildewy ones off later in the day and thin it up. And that's what's happening in my bed. Now, am I going to put loads more stuff in this bed soon? Probably not, because I'm thinking I'll be starting to think about garlics and planting things up which will go over the winter. So for now, really pleased with the bed, still getting things from it. I'm really pleased, got my spring onions in at last and they're established. So all things looking okay in the bed of Andy.